Hey, what's up, YouTube? Your boy ZT back at it again with another voluptuous, delicious part 4 of What If Deku was Sans, had Sans powers. Before we start with the what if, we need to talk about some things. I think this will be the last part of this what if for the week, unless you kill it with the likes. I'm talking 10 likes. And I saw y'all in the comment section, you wanted this so much. Bruh, 11 hours, 6 likes, you murder that shit. I know you can do it. So, I'ma be focusing, tomorrow won't be the What If Deku was Sans. It will be either the What If Asta was a Saiyan, which I have pretty crazy idea for it. And I'm pretty fucking sure you will enjoy it. Or what if Deku turned evil, which is another what if that I love, even though you hate. Yeah. Or a brand new what if. It will be overpowered. It will be amazing. It will be. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna spoil shit. So yeah, you gotta choose. Drop whatever you wanna see in the comments. Kill it with the likes. Subscribe. We are 133 subscribers strong, boys. Let's go. So let's jump into the what if. I'm pretty hyper today. I'm sorry. Let's jump into it. We stopped last time in the last episode of What If Deku Had Sans Powers. We stopped with Deku training with Kirishima. And All Might talking to them and telling them that they're gonna be sparring sparring partners before the UA Sports Festival. So yeah, we jump into that. Deku in Kirishima built a good relationship actually. They Deku likes the manly act of manly men of Kirishima, and Kirishima trying to respect Deku boundaries by not talking about certain stuff because All Might made him aware of the situation of Deku. They have mutual respect for each other's powers. So yeah, we jump into the sparring. Kirishima's hardening quirk +1 for all is amazing. It's like lemon and meat. I love lemon and meat more. Yeah, it's like that. It's delicious. His hardening got so strong that his unbroken state from the anime has no shit on this state. Bruh, he can take blast from all for one and he can survive. That he's that strong at this point. His hardening is that strong, but his fighting powers and his ability to engage in battle is pretty clunky. He can't do much. He's like a brawler, not like Deku's juggle from place to place, jumping like a monkey. So yeah, Deku fighting style is sitting in place, spamming the same shit over and over and trapping people up. Yeah. So one thing that Kirishima cannot fight against in the spars was Deku's telekinesis. It's such a huge fighting ability that most of the fighters can't get over it. So yeah, Deku and Kirishima engaged. Kirishima tried to get close, but Deku always kept his pace by teleporting from place to place like a fucking spammer in Mortal Kombat X. Scorpion, if you get it. He kept dodging from place to place and blasting Kirishima with the Gaster Blasters from different positions. But the Gaster Blasters, if one Gaster Blaster shot you, especially Kirishima hardening, was like nothing. It was like a fly. It bothered him, but nothing that hurt his skin or anything like that. And Kirishima started seeing that Deku is basically toying with him. The Kirishima upped the percentage of power flowing through him. He went over 50%, and which threw Deku off. The thing that saved Deku from the punch of Kirishima going through his face was his time stop, because his body felt a danger at that point, which time stopped, and and everything went like super slow motion. Deku dodged, and then All Might looked like, what the hell? Super speed was that? Or what was that? And he stopped the fight, and Deku said, it's a new ability I got, All Might. But I'd rather not discuss it. I don't want to give my ace to a competitor against me in the UA Sports Festival. And Kirishima said, I didn't want to know that. I didn't want to know that because I want a good fight in the finals. And someone from the behind the shadows was watching and saying, huh, good potential. And I like that smile. I bet somebody will like him. And boom, we stop right there. Deku went home, sat down in the living room, and thought about the sports festival. We need to do something about that. Most of us are pretty powerless against them. So he picked up the phone, called Ida in Uraka, and asked him to come to his house tomorrow, the day after. And which Ida agreed instantly, and Uraka did the same because they're friends and stuff. Deku, and the next day, sat them, gave them tea and mushi or whatever. I don't know what Japanese eat, something like that. And they sat down and started talking. And he started. Then he told them about the sports festival, that it is coming and we need to get ready. So he looked at Ida and said, "What are your weak points?" And Ida told him, "I have an ace, but if I use it, if I go beyond my limits, my engines stop working. I don't know how you call it. His legs get overheated. So, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad." And then he looked at Uraraka. And you, Chaku, what are your abilities? She told him that she can lift herself up, but and she have a maximum of, I think, 3 tons or something like that before she starts puking and get nauseated. And told her we need to do something about that. He looked at Ida and told him that we need to, at Ida and Uchako, and said we need to do some physical training in hand-to-hand combat to boost your ability to fight. Uchako's ability, and then he looked at Uchako. Your ability, your zero gravity ability, will be such a huge. It will be compatible with martial arts, especially if you cancel the gravity from someone, pumped it up, and throw him down. So yeah, Deku and Uchako and Ida. Ida was doing laps and running as fast as he can to the point of exhaustion, pushing his engines to maximum capacity. And Deku took Uraka to a junkyard and told her to use her abilities to pick everything up and throw him down and then keep doing it. It was training from hell. Then, in the later days, he took them to a nearby dojo. Ida wouldn't take the dojo because his ability is, his fighting styles is like his brother. So he did not take the martial arts classes. But Uchako quite enjoyed it, and yeah, she liked her fighting ability got boosted quite a lot, so she can fight in hand-to-hand combat and pretty much beat some good people. So yeah, Deku then before they went back home, before the last day of the training, Deku invited Ida and Ochako home and sat them down and said, "We need to talk. You guys are the first people I could call friends, you know?" Ida, like a dumbass, said, "What about Bakugo?" Deku said, "Bakugo was never a friend. He was an acquaintance. But you are the closest thing that I ever called to friends." Deku said, "This will be such a pain in the ass, but I need to open up to more people about it." Uchako and Ida had disconcerted look on their faces. Deku told them, please don't judge me too hard on it. I don't want to lose you as friends or anything like that. And Deku's gaze fell to the ground, and he said, "This is so hard, but I need to do it. My mom died. Ucha Ida in Uchaku figured that out, that he has no parents. But Deku, the next words that came from Deku's mouth were pretty shocking to them. And he told them, my mom died when I was at the age of 5. She died right next to me from a villain attack. I bet you can find the tapes online. Huh? And the next part I'm about to tell you, I ended a hero's career and I almost killed a villain at that point because my power flared up. Yeah. Deku, Uraka and Ida gave him a comforting shoulders, comforting hand, and they stayed with him, talked, and they started after that, so they can change the mood. They started joking around, made the mood, and Deku in the back of his head was like, my home was never this bright, was never this since she left, huh? And Deku felt pretty comfortable at that moment. He felt like this is truly home. He was so happy for it, so happy because of that. Because he didn't get judged by people, if that's the right way to say it. And we stop with sad parts. We jump into the sports festival. The first thing to do was Midnight telling Deku, because he was the first one in the exams, called him up and he went to the stadium and she told him to give them a motivational speech. Deku looked at them and said, good luck. I mean, everybody was like, good luck? What? You're that cocky? Deku was like... He started laughing maniacally, and then he looked at them. Then bring it on, and his eye flared and colors changed in it. He said, bring it on. And everybody felt pumped because of that. And Midnight said, 2 words, riled up everyone, huh? Pretty good. And then we jump into the wheel. The first one was the obstacle course. Everybody was crammed into that tight space, that tight entrance, and Deku was the last one behind. So he looked back and he saw everybody. He saw Ida, he saw everybody trying to get out. With his quick thinking, he used this teleportation and teleported to the front of the group. Next to him was Bakugo and Shoto. Shoto used his eyes to freeze the surface on the robots. But Deku, looking back, he saw everybody afraid and hard. Not everybody is in a hero course. Not everybody using a flashy quirk. He summoned all his Gaster Blasters and blasted the heads of the robots, creating an opening for everybody to go through. Deku started running. His physical abilities are not that strong, but they are remarkable. He is faster than a normal human. He has the endurance more than a normal human, because he did training basically with Uchaku in the Bakugo. He has more stamina. So they started running. Everybody looking at Deku, looking at the behind of Deku, pause, and thinking, this is one hell of a kid. So Deku started running. Then we get into the that jumping space between space. Yeah, I don't know what the rope walk or whatever. The kids with the good quirks that managed that were Todoroki, Tsuyu, and Bakugo, because they can be a spammy fucking jump from everywhere to everywhere. Deku's mind started thinking, and he summoned bones, huge bones, and created a way for him to run through them. So he created a road through boulder to boulder. Then we go to the mind space. Bakugo and Shoto felt threatened because of Deku was there. But Deku sat in the on the behind, looked at everything, and he teleported to the end of the course. He was like, I wanted to make this quite interesting. I didn't want to teleport from end to end. That would be boring. Deku was declared the winner of the obstacle course. And his head had 10 millions on it. Todoroki at second, Bakugo at third, and Momo and the others at the bottom. I don't know. Deku was pretty chill about it. He know that if he won, he would have so freaking people going to hate him because of it. Then we go to the cavalry battle. The team of Deku was Ida, yeah, Ida as the head as the runner because of the help of Deku. He did not want to prove himself to Deku because Deku was way too much for him, bruh. Even the speed of Ida cannot match the teleportation of Deku, so you gonna need that. Chaco as the lifter, Deku as the head, and Tokuyami at the behind because he uses Dark Shadow to take everything from everyone. We go to the cavalry battle. The first two people that went to Deku's head were Shoto Todoroki and Bakugo Katsuki. Deku, from the years, learned that Bakugo is a hothead and that will do anything to prove himself. And yeah, Deku looked at Bakugo and Bakugo was coming straight to his head. Deku created a huge bone structure that blocked Bakugo's way. And Todoroki took that moment to create an ice wall going straight to Deku's direction. But Deku looked at everybody. This is gonna be risky. I never tried it with this much people around. And he used his ability to teleport them away from danger. That drained him so much because that ability it's not made for multiple people. It's made for one person only. So he pretty much sacrificed some stamina to save his hides and his teammates' hides. So Deku looked around and then said, God damn it, I'm gonna do this. He created such a huge bone structure that it lifted him and the whole team to the skies, where Todoroki's eyes won't reach and Bakugo's explosion won't take him because he went so high. And he waited there until the exams were over. Because I did that because Deku's ability to fight in multiple groups were good. If he used Gaster Blasters, but there is such a huge chance for him to hurt somebody using it. So yeah, after the exams were over, Deku retracted the bone to the ground like nothing happened, and he was declared the winner of the cavalry battle. I'm gonna leave the battle one-on-one battle to the next episode. I hope you enjoyed. Drop a like, subscribe. This been your boy Xenon ZT. And don't forget to let me know if you want to see part 3 of what if Asta was a Saiyan, or part 4 of what if Deku turned evil, or the new juicy what if. It's been your boy Xenon ZT. Peace.